Can you guess why I'm standing here? Yes, your assumption is correct. This week we are going to see the topic about the warehouse. Actually, this is a warehouse. Let us understand what is the meaning of the warehouse. Actually, ware means goods. Warehouse means it is a storage place or the goodowns where it is situated near to the marketplace where we have to keep the raw materials or finished products. Raw materials means kacha பொருட்கள். Finished goods means முழுமையடைந்த பொருட்கள். So actually warehouse means it is an establishment of storage of goods and accumulation of the goods where it acts as a distribution center also. So let us take the various examples of these warehouses. Why do we need the warehouse? For example, let us take the perishable products like fruits and vegetables. They have to be stored in the cold storages only, and certain products like pharmaceutical products like medicines we have to keep at certain temperature, or certain products like petrol, oil, molasses they have to keep in the tanks only, or certain grains like barley, wheat and all they have to be kept at the ventilation halls. For these purposes we need warehouses. Only the warehouses know they provide various facilities for these type of the goods. So as per J. Stephenson says, warehouse is an establishment of storage and accumulation of goods. Okay, now let us understand why do we need warehouse. First one is mass production. Production can be taken place in the anticipation of the demand for the goods. So mass production can be taken place only when the big factories are established so that the goods can be supplied to the marketplace. So for these purposes, we have to build the warehouses to supply the goods whenever it is demanded. And the next point is nature of the commodities. Already we have discussed in the introduction itself. So for example, perishable products like fruits and vegetables, they have to be consumed within this time. Otherwise, it will become deteriorated and it will become unusable only, we can say. And the next point is seasonal production but regular consumption. For example, certain products, that is farm products like wheat, barley, pulses, and they have to be produced only during a certain season only, but they are demanded throughout the year. In that case, these goods, no, they have to be stored in a proper facilities which is provided only by the warehouses. Otherwise, it will become deteriorated only. That is, it will become damaged. The quality of the goods may be reduced. For this purpose, warehouse is very essential. Okay, and the next one is regular production but seasonable consumption. That is, it is quite just opposite to the previous point. That is, certain products we have to produce throughout the year, but their demand is required only for the certain seasons. Can you say what are those goods? Only those goods means, for example, we can take umbrella, raincoat and all. These goods are required only for a certain season, only for the rainy seasons and the winter seasons. So they have to be produced in the large quantities and they have to be kept in the goodowns. Whenever the demand is required during the winter season only, they can be released from the goodowns. And the last point is proximity to the production centers. So production have to be taken place continuously and the goods have to be supplied to the place of the consumption. So in that case, various warehouses have to be built at the various centers in order to supply the goods whenever it is demanded. So that there must be a continuous flow of the goods. So for the above said reasons, warehouse is very essential. It has become the essential part of the business only. Students, we will continue the chapter 13. Under that we will see the topic about the types of warehouses. So on the basis of the ownership, the warehouses can be categorized as follows. First one is private warehouses, government warehouses, public warehouses, cooperative warehouses, bonded warehouses, institutional warehouses and distribution warehouses. And then on the basis of commodities stored, the warehouses can be categorized as general warehouses, special commodity warehouses, cold storages or refrigerated warehouses, climate controlled warehouses and automated warehouses. Now let us see the first one is private warehouses.
Under the name itself, we can say the private warehouses are generally owned by the private individuals only for storing their own goods only. So, this private warehouses, it is not meant for other manufacturer and business units, we can say. So, in the private warehouses, mostly it is meant only for the private individuals, that is private people. Next one is government warehouses. The government warehouses, it is created and it is implemented for the government programs and policies only. So in that case, these government warehouses, it is used only for storing the goods of the government undertakings only. So these warehouses are meant only for the government purposes only. That is government organizations only, we can say. And the next one is public warehouses. Public warehouses means it is meant for the public use. That is, the small manufacturers and the medium scale manufacturers, they do not have their own warehouses. In that case, they can utilize this public warehouses. So in that case, whatever the charges levied by these public warehouses, they can pay it as a rent. So these warehouses are also controlled as per the rules and regulations framed by the government only, we can say. And the next one is cooperative warehouses. Cooperative warehouses means these cooperative warehouses, they are constructed and maintained by the agricultural cooperative societies or agricultural marketing societies. So these societies, that is these warehouses, can be started only for providing service to the members. That is, the members of the cooperative societies, they can store the goods in these private warehouses till the goods are delivered to the marketplace. So this is mainly meant only for the cooperative societies members only, we can say. And then next one is bonded warehouses. These bonded warehouses, they are started and licensed by the government. That is, these bonded warehouses are used for storing the goods, that is, which is not cleared by the customs authorities, by the importers. So it has the speciality. That is, suppose if the importers do not pay the payment to the customs authorities, means till that the goods can be stored in the bonded warehouses. So the bonded warehouses, they provide so many facilities to the importers. The importers, they can separate the goods according to the brand wise, they can separate the goods. In that case, these facilities are provided if the goods are stored in the bonded warehouses. And also in the bonded warehouses, they can obtain bank loan also, because whatever the receipts is issued by the warehouses keepers, they can produce the receipts to the bank as the collateral security for getting the loans. So that purpose is mainly meant for the bonded warehouses only. So these bonded warehouses are fully controlled and maintained by the customs authorities only. That is the speciality available to the bonded warehouses. And then now let us see about the institutional warehouses. Actually, this institutional warehouses, it is started by the various institutions for their own purposes. For example, even the local bodies, they can start their institutional warehouses. So, this institutional warehouses, for example, we can say banks, they can have their own warehouses to store the goods, whatever mortgaged in the banks. அடமானம் வச்ச பொருட்கள் எல்லாம் ஸ்டோர் பண்ணலாம். எதுல அப்படின்னு சொன்னா institutional warehouses. Even railway authorities, they can also store the goods in their own institutional warehouses till the goods are dispatched to the next station. And then even the various transport agencies, they can also store the goods in the institutional warehouses. So till the goods are dispatched and delivered to the customers. For various purposes, these institutional warehouses are very useful for the individuals and the institutions and then various organizations, we can say. and then last one is distribution warehouses. As the name itself we can say, these warehouses are meant only for distributing the goods which are to be delivered within 2 or 3 days to the customers. Till then the goods are delivered, the goods can be stored in the institutional warehouse, that is distributional warehouses. So these are the types of the warehouses which are separated on the basis of the ownership. Now let us see the various types of warehouses on the basis of the commodities stored. And then first one is general warehouses. Actually these general warehouses, no, they are like only ordinary warehouses. In that case they are used for storing the goods like dry food grains and then fertilizers only. And then various protective measures can be taken in case of the general warehouses. That is, they can be protected against the rat, pest, insects, etc. So these facilities are available in case of the general warehouses. And the next one is special commodity warehouses. These special commodity warehouses, no, they are constructed for storing the special commodities like tobacco, cotton, wool, etc. And these warehouses, no, they help to reduce they can reduce the loss of quality and quantity to a great extent. That is, the quality and quantity குறையாம பார்த்துக்கிறது தான் இந்த special commodity purposes, that is warehouses are used to, we can say. Even in case of the petrols and all, no, they can be stored in the vertical cylindrical tanks only. They can be stored in case of the special commodity warehouses. So this type of speciality is available for storing the special commodity warehouses. And the next one is cold storages or refrigerated storages. That is, cold storages means mostly the goods, no, they are transported in the refrigerated containers and they are stored in this cold storages or the refrigerated warehouses. In that case, various perishable commodities like fruits, vegetables, meat, butter, and then butter, fish and all can be stored in case of this cold storages. So these storages also help to deterioration cannot be possible, that is damages cannot be possible in case of these cold storages warehouses, whatever the goods which are stored in this type of warehouses. In that case, these goods are made available throughout the year only. So this type of speciality is available only in case of the cold storages. And then climate controlled warehouses. So as the name itself, that is climate controlled warehouses, means they can reduce the climate, that is whatever the environments which are affected cannot be possible in case of the climate controlled warehouses. For example, we can say delicate products like flowers, they can maintain their freshness in the case of the climate controlled warehouses. And even in case of the dirt free facilities are available in case of the climate controlled warehouses, because the quality cannot be reduced, the freshness can be maintained. So it can be made available to the market in a freshness only. So whatever the rate of metabolisms occur in the fruits, that is rate of metabolisms means whatever the chemical changes occurred in this type of fruits and all can be maintained in case of the climate controlled warehouses. For example, சில பழங்களோ வெஜிடபிள்ஸோ அழுகிற நிலையில இருக்குதுன்னா அது மாதிரி ஒரு பாதிப்பு எதுவுமே வராமல் இருக்க மெயின்டைன் பண்றது தான் இந்த climate controlled warehouseோட ஸ்பெஷாலிட்டின்னு சொல்லலாம். And the last one is automated warehouses. These automated warehouses, no, they are meant for storing that is kilograms, that is 100 kilograms of weight at a time can be stored in the automated warehouses. Inside the premises also, premises means inside the buildings also, physical distribution of goods can be carried out with filled pullets. That is, here the platforms can maintain tons of kilograms at a time. So in that case, that is, in this case of climate control warehouses, so many turnovers can be possible and then technology can be improved and so many expenses can be involved in forming this automated warehouses. So students, hope you have understood the various types of the warehouses and then go through the lesson. Have a nice day, students.